Call this meeting of Ohio County Fiscal Court to order. We got a little something special in the pledge tonight. So I'm going to ask Kevin to do the prayer, and then we'll do the pledge a different way.
Okay.
Kevin?
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you for the many blessings, and we just thank you for this time that we gather. And Lord, we just pray for all the citizens here in Ohio County and the ones that are impacted by floods and have had to relocate. Lord, just help them, help these county officials, Lord, as they serve these people. And everything done here tonight, bring you praise, honor, and glory, Lord. We ask you to forgive us. We ask all this in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Okay. We're going to have the pledge over here. United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That was the best one.
That's the best one we've ever had.
Who was that?
That's, what class was that?
It's Ann's granddaughter. And we got another one here. Hold on. They're going to sing the Grand Old Flag for you.
Oh.
That's absolutely precious. Ann, was your granddaughter in the pledge or the singing?
Both.
Both. Oh, she's in both of them.
She was the star.
They had a little boy young
Oh, yeah.
do the
Good deal.
Star Spangled Banner, and I don't know what he said a little bit. He did it.
Before you have, we're going to do a lot of minutes tonight. The March the 13th, 2025 special call minutes. I need a motion second to approve that.
Motion to accept.
Second by Dale, Jason Dale. Any discussion, corrections, or additions? Being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Those are passed. Now you've got the March 24th, 2025 regular meeting.
And this motion is the right amount and everything for the, I know there was some discrepancy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll make the motion to accept.
Second.
Any discussions, corrections, or additions?
Okay, see the wrong bit. That's it.
Being none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Now then, we're ready for another special call meeting on March the 28th.
That's one, isn't that one we just did too?
No, we
No,
done
you
the
did. I
13th.
put the special
No.
call minutes together since they're one
That's the
page.
one for the sheriff's car.
Okay.
The 28th is.
Yeah,
That's the one you were talking about.
13.
The 28th is your second or your third page in your packet.
I'll make a motion to approve March 28th.
Motion by Michael McKinney,
Second. All right.
second by Dale Biven. Gotta write that down. I got it right that time. Any discussion, corrections, or additions? Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. You'll see the bills list. The bills, claims, payments, and transfers. I'll need a motion and a second to approve that.
Motion.
Motion by Bo Bennett,
I'll second.
second by Jason Bullock. Any discussion? Any discussion on the bills, claims, payments, or transfers? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. The bills are paid.
Number 7, I did not get in time. I was hoping to get it this afternoon. I don't have it.
Okay, we're skipping number 7. We did not get that in time. The Ohio County ASAP Board.
Hold on, he's
Hold
starting
on,
to do
6.
treasurer's march.
Okay, I missed it, I'm sorry.
I'll make a motion to accept the Treasurer's March 25 financial statement.
Okay, motion by Jason Bullock.
Second.
Second by, who seconded it down this way? Bo. Okay, he beat you, Larry. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Pose like sign. That passed. Now then, we're ready for the Kentucky ASAP Board. You-
I handed each of you this piece of paper, and this is just something that they're requiring us to do now. The county has acted as the fiscal agent for Kentucky ASAP for the last 10 years or more. They run $40,000 a year through the county, and it is used for anti-drug related projects. And if you look on the back of the letter, you'll see some of the projects that are approved and that go through the county. So I just need you to acknowledge that you're willing to act as the fiscal agent for the next upcoming fiscal year.
Make that acknowledgement as we're acting as the physical agent for the ASAP board,
You
a
got the
grant
motion.
of $40,000 over a 2-year period.
Second.
Second by, was it Michael?
Yep.
Second by Michael McKinney. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Being none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Post like sign. Motion
State
carries.
pays that, don't they, Ann? We just handle it?
Do what?
The state pay that?
The state sends us checks, and then a board meets and votes on projects to be done, and the bills just go through the court.
I said over a 2-year period, I mean 2 payment process over the year.
Adam, you got a presentation on that? You're not gonna do it? Okay. Do you have it? You don't have the thing? Okay. It was on the grant thing. One asks for a short closed session under KRS 61-10, Chapter 1, Section C and F.
Motion to go into closed session.
Motion by Bo, second by Dale. All in favor say aye. Aye. Okay. Is this door locked still?
It should be open.
Okay, so we go right here. Have a motion to go back into open session?
Make a motion. Second.
Second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I will state we conducted no business in the closed session. We did talk about one personnel matter. And we're returned, and now we're gonna ask Jimmy Cantrell to come and make a presentation.
Jimmy Cantrell with the Arts Program. Tonight I'm here to ask the Fiscal Court to help us out with a little situation we've had. It's been very beneficial to the county. It's been beneficial to the Arts Program and to the court system, the jail and so forth. And that's the ankle monitoring and drug testing program that we have. But
Can you get closer to the mic, Jim?
But over time, as it has grown and become more effective, it's also put more of a burden on the Arts Program itself. It started off the Arts Program with just myself, and then we seen right away that we need another employee, and it's very burdensome on both employees to keep up with it. It has created some overtime and so forth, and it's almost as if we've become a monitoring program instead of a resource program. So I'm here to ask tonight if we can transfer that contract for the monitoring program and transfer the drug testing over to Satellite Securities, a new company here that's just formed in the last few days in Ohio County. I was instrumental in helping form that, and I've stepped away from after that formation process and everything, so that way there won't be a conflict of interest or anything that way. And I think that, and I talked to the treasurer about it as well, and she's very aware of the burden that we have there as well on that. And they can operate it more cost effectively than we can. It won't go away, it'll still be there. You'll still be doing the same things.
So your satellite monitoring program, how much of an expense is that? Is there another expense?
No, no. Matter of fact, that financial burden would be leaving us and going to them.
Okay.
And for instance, the bill on the monitoring, since we're getting so many people on it, this month was $2,638.95.
Okay.
And if we can get back to the programming like we was originally doing, and I've talked about this with the treasurer and the judge executive and the county attorney to make sure that everything is okay and above the table and everything like that, that the ARCH program, maybe over the next 6 to 8 months, could go from 2 employees back to 1 employee. And it would relinquish that as well, as much as that is in salary and stuff a year, and to be able to provide more resources back the way that they should be provided. Some of that could be, and talk to Mr. Calvin about that some yesterday or a few days ago and this morning, is that we've had a couple people that have been placed on an ankle monitor, but the families couldn't come up with the funding. They couldn't afford it, so the judge had to call them back in and readjust those orders for that. That's people that we could have taken that burden away from the jail. And we know how much it costs with medical bills and so forth like that with people that's over with medical conditions. And we especially want them out. What kind of situation that can create as well. It's not just the financial burden that ARCH has with that, but also the financial burden that the jail would have. And we try to work hand in hand with that to eliminate that. And that would take that, still continue on with that and take that off of us. And it would, like I said, maybe get it to where less than employee. Some of you may know, I'll go ahead and say that I've had some health issues, and I've been looking at stepping away. If my health doesn't improve, and this way it wouldn't be such a burden on one person down there. And if we could eliminate county benefits and everything else, what would probably be equivalent to close to $100,000 a year in salaries and insurance and everything else that has to be paid. That's that much of a resource that can continue on, and maybe make the ARCH program last longer. Maybe provide more resources for those people that need it. And we'd be eliminating that financial burden, and that's why I asked that.
Jimmy, would this be a contract between fiscal court, or would it be with the courts upstairs to do this? I mean, to send them they refer them anyway. So other than space for it, does fiscal court really have a role in this?
No. Not that I would see. Would you see a role that?
No, I think, from my understanding, when Mr. Contrell approached me at this, he'd indicated that the ankle monitors would then be monitored now by a private organization, which the court would refer anyone that's going on the ankle monitor to that organization directly, and there wouldn't be court involvement in all likelihood, and unless there was a unique situation.
I will say, most of you know, we set up the ARCH program to help people re-entry from being incarcerated when they got out. It was to try to give them the tools they needed to succeed, so they wouldn't, repeat their ways. And it seems to have helped a lot. And ankle monitor became a part more of the preemptive side of it, which is good because, prevention is better than cure any day. So we were glad that when the courts stepped up and wanted us to do preemptive things as well as the reentry. But we didn't know that the ankle monitor program was going to be such a big part of it. So I would say ARCH could do a lot more for looking for resources for the people if they didn't have to do the ankle monitoring.
And to add to what the judge executive has said, right now we've got 30 on ankle monitor, and we've got 5 waiting. 5 that's in treatment that'll be out of treatment, and once they get out of treatment, they've got to be placed on, and that will be within the next 10 days. So we'll be looking at 35. Those are people, most of them, not all, but most would be over here in the jail. And if you take that in account with what their medications would cost, what their health bills would cost, some of those have mental health issues that we're able to take care of that at home. Because what a lot of people don't realize is once somebody is in jail after 30 days, they lose their benefits. They lose their insurance. They lose their Medicaid, Medicare, stuff like that, and they've got to reapply for it. So once that's gone, there is no resource if they got to go to the hospital from the jail. And that's a burden upon the county. So that has been a great resource for many reasons. And the county attorney's been great on helping with that to determine those that best helps. The nonviolent people and so forth like that can come back in the community, that burden would be not only on the jail, but also on this fiscal court since it's part of the county.
Yeah, there's certainly ones that we are not concerned with whether they lose their Medicare or Medicaid because of the serious crime that they committed. We don't have any concern there. But there are some that are lesser offenses that we try to work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you take, for instance, somebody that has a seizure. It's very costly for somebody to be able to go over to the emergency room and what the bill would be to the jail for somebody that has a seizure. We're able to get those people out and they can maintain their health insurance and everything, and it's not a burden, and the time still counts the same as if they was in jail because they're
Yeah,
incarcerated.
we see their medical expenses on the, bills and claims.
you
Yeah,
see
so-
there's a $1,400 emergency room visit on the bills and claims that we just paid.
And that's what we're able to help with those that don't have those offenses. Now, there is some that has those offenses, like the county attorney said, that has to be over there. But those that don't, we can help with that to eliminate that.
So I'm gonna ask, get this straight, because it's a little bit above me. So the program we have right now, the ankle bracelets, we pay a daily, or they're supposed to pay a daily?
There is a daily fee.
There's a daily
that we
fee.
pay,
And
because
it's
we
just-
lease that equipment.
Yeah, but are we paying that, or are they paying that?
They are paying that.
They're paying that?
Yes. Where the
And-
problem comes in at is the KRS requires 24-hour day, 7-day a week monitoring.
Yeah,
So anytime that we receive a call, think of having 35 people's lives in your hands.
yeah.
And not trying to stereotype or anything like that, but those that are generally in jail, they feel needy, and they're very impulsive in what they need. An emergency to them is not what we consider an emergency, which is the only time they could leave the home other than working or something of that nature. So we get those calls. Those calls come in day and night, around the clock, on the weekends. I've got this issue, I've got that issue. We've got to answer those. And
So the expense is that you're out and
Yes.
it's overtime.
Yeah.
Now, who pays the expense for the overtime? If we
that
go
comes
through-
out of the arch budget.
Do what?
That comes out of the arch budget.
Yeah, no, but if we turn it over to this new program, who pays?
We will not be the one monitoring it, then they will.
They
They'll be
will,
the
but
ones
who pays-
receiving the
Who's
calls.
paying for them? I guess who pays them to do the
So,
monitoring?
yeah, think
Will the
of
court
what-
upstairs?
What Mr. Contrell has proposed, that he's come to the court, and he contacted me, and I think Ann the other day on, is that this private organization, not only working with Ohio County, I think the intention is to maybe work throughout the area, but they would take it on a private end. It will not be the responsibility of the court in
Of
a
the
public
court.
sector.
Yeah,
So that entire-
Essentially, we're releasing all liability.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Yes.
Which to me sounds great. I mean, because we don't need to.
We
be
keep
monitoring.
it, but we don't have the financial liability for it.
Okay.
We wanted y'all to know about it though, and I think it would help the
Okay,
arts
yeah.
program.
What are they charging?
I'm sorry.
What's the company, are they charging the county anything?
See, that's kind of what
No.
I'm thinking. Yeah, well, how are
No.
they doing this for free? Who's paying them?
The only thing I could see, and that's something that we need to be probably further discussed with Justin, because there has been some discussions on it, is like those two that, their families could not pay for the ankle monitors, but they really needed to be out for these type of reasons, medical reasons and stuff like that, is that the money that we're saving through the ARCH program, maybe we could assist in that somehow, and assist in those payments for those that are indigent that cannot do that. And it would not even get close to meeting the financial burden we already have now.
And by the
with
way,
the
we're already
monitors.
doing those.
So how they, go ahead, sorry.
I think what you're asking, Jason, is the company would take over the monitoring, and
Yes.
they are gonna collect from the client
Families.
wearing the
Mhm.
monitor.
So we don't have that finance, that's what I'm trying to think. Somebody's gotta pay this company.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah,
not,
okay.
I think the only time Jimmy would is if he had a client that did not have the resources, and then the ARCH program, through its, operating expense could pay that.
Okay.
We do
Anytime
have
we
some
keep
budget
personnel, like I
also
said, if we're
for-
not paying medical bills, that's saying in the liability of us not having to monitor.
I don't
And
think
and
we
we
had-
do have money budgeted for monitoring
Yeah,
in the ARCH budget, but right now, most of that's probably being eaten up by the overtime and so forth like that. And
We will,
or could be provided for this other.
we really wouldn't have a role in it, but I think that, I don't think we have to do any contracts or anything, I don't think, do we, Justin? It's just a matter of we just giving them our blessing to do it, right?
Yeah, I think,
And it's terminating this contract we have with the leasing company.
What's the cost of terminating that contract?
Nothing, nothing. It costs nothing. They are requesting a 30-day notice, and that's what the original contract stated. I have talked to them in the last couple of days, and if it's a transfer of equipment, then it could even take place sooner than that. But one of the things that we've got to be cautious about is the fact that we have people prepay. That, because we don't want a delinquency. When we first started off the program, we allowed them to pay after usage. Now we require them to prepay. And the reason that we do that is because we got into a situation where some of them didn't pay us. And ARCH has a negative amount on payments that we could not recoup from those people of $5,152.50 that we could not recoup from those people. That's
not,
why,
when we turn it over to this company, that's their responsibility.
yeah, that's their responsibility, yes.
I believe that probably should do it if it's y'all's will, we just give them our, say that we approve it because he's ending the contract with the company. So I guess.
Do we need to make a motion to go ahead and have Jimmy to accept that program through
Yes.
satellite, or what is it called?
Satellite security.
Yeah.
well, it's a motion to terminate.
Terminate the contract,
existing-
really.
The lease, yeah.
Existing
Yeah.
contract, and for Jimmy to execute any documents in relation to that.
Yeah, did you get that?
That's my motion.
Yeah, that was, Miranda got your motion there.
Okay.
She read your mind. Actually, she read Justin's. So have a second?
Second.
Got a second, but Dale. Are you done right? Let me know and we'll ask for discussion.
Yeah, it gets really big when you're out there having the police, and that, that's making you do things that probably,
No one knows unless they was down there and actually seen
yeah,
it.
nobody, that's things you're doing that you don't need to really,
Jimmy, one more time, what name of the company?
Satellite securities.
Satellite Security. Okay, do y'all have any more discussion? If you don't, we'll vote.
One thing too that I just want to add about the company, they're also going to try to create a lot of jobs here in the county. They're going to be bidding on different things and provide site security and also event security, which they'll probably be bidding on amphitheater and stuff like that as well. So there's a lot more to that company than just this monitoring.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign?
thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy. I have two personnel issues, not little one. The litter abatement man who's part-time, he quit, so we're hiring a new one. Jeffrey Jones, it's level 1, pay $13.99 an hour, effective 4/6. Just roll call Miranda.
How many hours a week?
He works up to 22. Usually weather gets him out, he don't usually work that much, but up to 22,
Bennett,
Yes.
Johnston,
yes.
Vivens,
Yes.
Morphew,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Bullock.
Yes.
Okay. The next one is for the custodian at the courthouse. The young man that was over there that we thought the world of, he quit and went to work. He's in school, so he got another part-time job that he liked better than this one. So Jed Likens had been working for Bess, but the program, he finished what he was doing for her, and he wanted to stay with the county. So I'm putting up Jed Likens, level 1, $13.99 an hour, and that's also 22 hours. Roll call.
Bennett,
Yes.
Johnston,
Yes.
Vivens,
Yes.
Morphew,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Bullock.
Yes.
We're down to committee reports. Has any of the committees met? They haven't all signed it, but you had the viewing committee met, Dale.
Yes, on taking in a road, Beach Valley Church
Lane.
Lane.
And it was for, just a few,
Yeah, it's
feet.
probably 100 feet.
And, everything's signed. The viewing committee has done it. We don't have all the signatures on it, but we will. So, I mean, they've seen it, so, I think it'd be appropriate to go ahead and make your motion to take it in.
Make a motion to take in Beach Valley Church Lane
On low maintenance,
on low maintenance.
to get to cemeteries, what it's for. So, do I have a second?
Who signs over easements like that for church cemeteries?
The owner of it did.
I'll second it.
Okay, second by, yeah. The church went defunct. Matter of fact, a big tree fell on it,
Yeah.
and tore it down. So the Johnson boys from up there in Beach Valley, they bought the church property.
Okay.
So that left, the cemetery was still there, but to get to the cemetery, you had to cross the church property. So they signed off the easement for as wide as we needed to get an entrance into.
That's why I was kind of curious, like if the church still owned their property.
No, the church is defunct and the Johnsons own the farm.
All right.
Or on the area where the church was. I said farm, but church ground.
Okay.
All right. All in favor say aye.
Yeah.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Be sure to get that to the road department, so they know. They can put a sign up. Any other committees meet? If not, I think under the committee reports here would be time for us to go ahead and, say that we're gonna do a special call meeting Thursday at 3:00. Discuss personnel only.
And advertisement, correct?
Yes, advertising meeting, special call.
No, re-advertisement and personnel, correct?
Yeah. A special call. I guess it's just an announcement. We
We're
always.
not re-advertising.
Re-advertising what?
We're not advertising again.
Okay.
We're just having a special.
We're advertising for the meeting, Michael, meaning we're gonna have the meeting. You be sure to get that out there for us. All right, Dustin got it covered. Okay, is there any other committees? Being none, let's go ahead and poll the magistrates. Let's start with the 5th district this time.
I've got a couple roads that's gonna have to have some maintenance on it. I blacktopped them since I've been in office, and there's gonna have to be some maintenance done to them, or they're gonna,
Okay.
do I need to get with you and Nick, or?
Yeah, go ahead and give me the names of them now, Sonia.
Oh, shoot. It's right past the Parkway,
Oh, yeah, Lewis Lane.
Lewis Lane, yeah.
Yeah,
Lewis Creek.
That one's the main one.
Lewis Creek.
Lewis Creek.
Creek Lane.
That's the main one.
Yeah, it's the one that was when we was getting roads done, blacktop, it was, come out of Jason's share, and then they districted it out of his, out of it before the money came through.
Brand new blacktop.
Yeah. And what's the other one, Michael? Jason.
I'll
Larry?
get with you. I
I'll
got
get
two,
to right
but I'm gonna
now.
do the main one first. I'll get
Okay.
with you.
Okay, we'll do it. All right, thank you.
And, I've got that flag you got for me to put up at Veterans. But, Nick's gonna come by sometime with a backhoe and lift up so we can get it, 'cause the bucket truck's down.
Well, it was supposed to be getting fixed, but I tell you what, I bet you I know a better option for you. We'll call the Hartford Fire Department's got something, I'll put you up there and you got an 8-foot platform to stand on.
Think they would do
I
it?
bet you they will.
Okay.
We'll ask them.
Will you try to get in
Yeah,
touch with
I
them?
will.
Okay.
Dale?
Well, I got one more thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And, how much has the county been out so far on the heating and cooling? Has it went over budget?
Where?
Here, the heating and cooling, they've been, and when was the deadline on it?
I believe it's, I was not over that project, but I believe it's.
I believe it's
May or June.
still under the plan for now.
Was it
Yeah.
August, somewhere around there?
Yeah, I think it was basically.
I think it was, but we don't want it to be that long.
Yeah,
This
Yeah.
August?
yeah.
Yeah, but it'll be done in May, he told me
They
today.
did that specifically to, that way nobody ever went without heat or,
Yeah.
it was.
Can you
some
get
kind
the
of plan. It's
total
been a long
price
time.
for me and how much they've been out so far?
On the heat and air, on the utility bill,
I know on the repair, doing it, redoing it.
How much we paid it, I think's what he's asking.
well, it was a bid to do.
So he can't go
I got
over,
those figures in
Okay.
the office, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
but it can't go over the bid price.
Where's final payments haven't been made yet?
No.
That's all I have, Judge.
They,
Fifth district, we just got roads that we didn't get done before the first flood we had, now we're into the second, so. we
if
got
you
a
don't,
mess
if
up
you
around
can,
Dundee.
if you can get me a list of what you know of,
Yeah.
we're gonna inspect them all, but you can get me a list of what you know of.
I know Barracks Road's one of them.
Yeah, you just told me about that today, I didn't know about it at the time. First I knew about
Or
that,
that and being prayer for everybody that's
yeah.
trapped
We-
in and.
We have some folks that are trapped in Michael's district, and probably in yours too. Yeah, I know they are, because Fordsville's taking care of them, Fordsville Fire. But,
I thought we were in the airplane.
but Charlie was out in the district today getting out, food to people that can't get out because of water. Getting groceries to them. Oh, yeah.
That's all I have.
Bo,
Just kind of more of the same with Larry and Dale. You know, we're thinking about everybody in the flood, and if they need anything, reach out to me or the judge, either one. So, that's it.
yeah, it's devastating, but we won't know till the water goes down how much damage there is. And we do not have a measurement on the personal damage yet at all. There's gonna be a meeting in this, the meeting with FEMA here in this building, as soon as I can get here, and all the people that's had damage is invited to come in and do their paperwork with FEMA
So
here.
there's no date on that
No,
meeting yet.
I'm hoping it's within 2 weeks, but we don't have it locked in.
And that'll be advertised on Facebook probably,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah, emergency management will do the advertising.
Was, oh, go ahead, you're in the-
No.
Was FEMA, were they not coming down to see Charlie today or tomorrow and ride around with them and look at some of the damage? Of course, right now, the roads are still underwater.
They met, but it wasn't, nothing, you couldn't
Okay,
get
that's
to
what he
them.
said, they're there.
The ones damaged, you can't get to them, they'll be
So
back.
I actually, speaking of FEMA, I saw something advertised on Facebook. All 120 counties qualify, but there was only a list of about, I think like 12 at that time. Have we done our proper paperwork to be added
It's,
to
it's
that?
been worked on, we've assured we will be.
Okay.
Okay. Well, the roads, like you said, they're still undercover, but we need to get a list of road damage to kind of help them out and get it to the road foreman so they can look at, because they still haven't recovered from the first damage.
Yeah.
But I would thank you for all the fire departments that's been doing what they do, the sheriff's department, Charlie, doing the sandbags the other day, delivering food to people in need. There are people out there working, and they, I want to appreciate everything they're doing. And if people do need anything, call the office, call our manager's cell phone number. We'll try to get somebody in contact with you. It seems like we've been doing this a lot more lately than I ever have in the years I've been here. But the continued prayers for people that have lost things and are still dealing with water issues.
Right.
Oh, and one other thing too. This is just a thought, guys. So let's kind of talk to you. I was talking because we are so far behind with the first group. We're still trying to recover from the first flood. Now this flood's coming on. It's a thought that kind of crossed up. Talking to some people. Could we not use the FEMA money to subcontract somebody out, like Luttrell's, or somebody like that to do our tile work too, because we're getting reimbursed for it anyway, and that allows our road department to go do some things that they need to be doing. We've always talked about we need more help at the road department. Well, with mowing coming up and the road issues we've got, they can't get done what's needs to be done because of still dealing with FEMA stuff. But if we could subcontract a company that does tiles or does something like that, as long as they take the amount FEMA offers, then that allows our road department to be doing things, because we're gonna be bothering them for long. We'll need mowing,
Cleaning ditches.
cleaning ditches,
Well,
and
that's part of that.
they're working on tiles and stuff that we could contract somebody. That is a thought, just think about that.
We will, and I'll go over it with, Nick and see what it is. He says they're quite capable of getting it all done within a few weeks after we get.
I just feel like that they could be doing some more things if we could help them out that way. We've always, we've talked about either having two road departments, south and north. Well, this way, it gives you more people to be working, because like you said, they've not recovered from the first one. Here we are, and this one's bigger than the last one. So that is just a thought, that we've got FEMA money that's coming in that could contract some people to come in and help the road department assist with them.
I'll go over that with Nick and Charlie and see if we
Okay.
think that, and get back with y'all at the next meeting.
Couple of the
That all you got?
That's all I got.
is coming up, you could get 30.
I'd just like to point out that we've added a lot of traffic to Hammond Chapel and Bethel Church Road, which is not actually all my district, I'm not share it with Dale, but we need to take a look at maybe reaching out to the state and seeing if they would go out early on in this process and maybe help us with some repairs to the shoulders of those roads, because if you're meeting somebody on those roads, you've got to.
They're very dang.
They're not meant for as much traffic as is going on right now, right, Dale?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can concur too?
Well, I agree with you, and you know what? I think we could take some of the FEMA money and edge those roads that you're talking about, because it washed away during the flood. And we've got Vine Hill was already on the list from the edge it this spring. And so we can get all those roads on and get, we know we bought a machine to do that with about a year and a half ago. So, yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, and I wanna personally reach out and thank Charlie Shields, our road foreman, Nick, with all of what's been going on and the calls that we've been receiving. They've taken those phone calls every time, and we're working through the issues. And Charlie especially getting things out to the people in my district in need for food and other supplies. And those people that are displaced, we're praying for those people. But most of all, just try everybody to be safe and abide by looking at the road closure signs. And I mean, take heed to those and don't go through a road closure sign. And if there's a need, that you reach out to EMA or to the fiscal court, the office here, and let us know what you need, or call us on our cells, like Jason said. My cell phone number is 270-256-2268. I'm usually reachable unless I'm doing something else. I will call you back if I don't answer right away.
And you can call the office, and they will give you our numbers.
Yeah, as well. And then I had a couple people call in regards to something. I've checked on it, but David, I want to bring it to your attention. We've got an issue where the river gauge at Hartford's no longer being used, or no longer in service. I'd like to ask the court to check into that and see what we can do.
Absolutely. I didn't know it was being pulled to have gone. Just went down through there one day and it was gone.
We need to find out what the circumstances are in that, because there's some farmers that have reached out to me, asking about that. And then, I had a question for Jimmy earlier, but we moved on real fast. Who's doing your satellite security? Who's heading that up?
That'll be the partners in that, and one of them is Jeremy Hunter.
Okay. It's a local.
Yeah, it's local, yeah.
Okay.
It's an Ohio County company.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's an agreement that you're
It's an
working
Ohio
on.
County
I
company.
just wondered, because you said they had other other things they could do for other venues, and I just wondered,
But it's gonna be an Ohio County-based company.
all right. So there's more occupational taxes.
There you go.
All right, that's all from First District.
Okay, Dale had something else.
Yeah, I had Jimmy Smith and Pete Morse. I called them Wednesday, like 10:30 in the morning, and see if they could bring me a load of sand, and they had it there by 1 o'clock, so I just want to thank you to them. And then for the help up there, we bagged, I think, right at 300 bags of sand, took to Dundee Fire Department and other people that needed it. And if anybody needs any, we still got probably 50 bags up there we could bag.
Well, too, there are still a lot of bags at the road department too. If some people need some, you can contact the road department. There still is bags there now that he said that, it made me, so, and I wanted to thank, since you said that, I think that the sand was donated by, it's not Stanley's anymore, Concrete, I think they did, huh?
Jaeger.
Ohio County Sand and
Ohio, they did Ohio County Sand and Gravel, and maybe Beaver Dam Builder Supply, I can't remember, I think they delivered some sand too. So anybody that helped, and the young people, the inmates, and everybody else other than just the road foreman and,
Right.
I mean, I left my fire department out, I mean, they know that, I mean, I appreciate what they do, and our police departments, and the monitoring the highways, and, you know, this past flood that we had, there was a life lost, and, I mean, we all need to come together, and if you see someone in need, make sure that the right people are called, where we can maybe get them some help.
we met somebody, but thank you for everybody that helped.
It's been great. Justin, do you have anything?
No, I just concur with the court as far as the things that are given to all those. I could regurgitate that we give the thanks for all those that have helped.
Any other county officials have anything? I've got one more thing. I'm just giving this to you tonight, and we will schedule, we'll schedule a budget workshop within the next 2 weeks, and I'll get with y'all when you can all be there, and talk about it. But this is our first draft that Ann and I have put together, and it's been the toughest one I've had to do since I've been here. But the things that we drop from it will be the first things that go back if we have any carryover or needs assessment. They'll be first on the list. Like, you know, like the county attorney's office, we're gonna put it back in if we have any extra money.
I understand.
We've never had to cut from the 4th and 5th district, but I mean, if we ever get the money back, we'll put it back in.
Yeah. Yeah, while Larry was out of the room, I tease him. While you was out of the room, we took your money.
Okay.
In the first district.
And Michael, if you wanted to,
While you were out of the room, we took your road money and put it in first district.
I wasn't sure if it's.
But I want to talk about all of you with this individually after you've had time to look her over. And we'll set a budget workshop meeting,
It is Ohio County.
and maybe we can catch you going into the special call here Thursday, and we'll figure out when we can have one. Does anybody have anything for the good? Anybody in the audience have anything for, yeah?
Real quick, I got some homework from the Boys and Girls Club. I don't know if any of y'all know, we have kind of a capital campaign that's coming up. And one thing that they wanted us to do for folks that have an interest in the club was to we have I think it's a quarterly newsletter that we'd like to send to your emails, if I could get your emails.
Okay.
If it'd be okay for Miranda to send those to me, and we can put them on the list,
No,
because
ma'am.
we've got a big project coming up to basically replace what was taken down
Okay.
with a gymnasium, and it's gonna have, it's gonna be a lot. And it's really nice what we've got, what they've got kind of drawn up. But it's gonna be a capital campaign, we're gonna need funds for it. And so, we just wanted to, I did the same thing at Hartford, I'm gonna do the same thing at Beaver Dam next week. But for you all to know what's going on, it's gonna be in that newsletter. I think it's a newsletter for the whole, club, not just ours, but.
Okay,
but
for all of them.
For the Cliff Hager Boys and Girls Club. But that's gonna be an awfully big project that we've got coming, and we'd like to keep you all informed of it.
Okay, Miranda's gonna get you all those email addresses.
Appreciate it.
She didn't mind doing that at all. Does anybody else got anything for the good of the body?
Judge Johnson,
Yes, sir.
first of all, I want to say, I appreciate what each one of you guys do. A lot.
You know a lot about it,
I've been
don't you?
married for 7 years. We don't get to hear that very often. But I know Ohio County going through the flood, just like Butler County, you get a lot of calls on roads and things of that nature. And we do appreciate our EMs, emergency management people, and the fire departments. There's a lot of people been devastated by flood loss this time. And Jason, we met this afternoon in Butler County and signed an emergency declaration for giving the judge authority to get some subcontractors out. We had 3 roads that slipped, and we're gonna use subcontractors on them where our county crew can be.
I just feel like that's-
cleaning the pipes out and things of that nature. But anyway, I appreciate what a lot of people don't realize what a public servant goes through, and you know, we get bashed on Facebook, but I just want to thank each one of you for what you do, and it's a lot harder job than you think. You're the voice of the people, and I appreciate what you're doing.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
Appreciate that.
And you've got one of your employees with you, so good to have him here too.
First time ever, I don't have anything to say, Judge.
Good too. Anybody else got anything for good of the body? If not, we're gonna, I'm sorry, go
Go ahead,
ahead.
one more, North Hancock Park, they're putting on an Easter egg hunt, I think there's like 3,000 eggs. Gonna have inflatables, what is it, they got games, getting away bicycles and drones and all kinds of stuff. And it's free to anybody and everybody, and,
Where was that?
north of Ohio County Park up at Fordsville. And, I think the only thing they're charging for is, I think they got a meal if you want barbecue or burgers or hot dogs or whatever, and that goes right back into the park. 100%. And thanks to everybody that donated.
Dale, did you have any updates from your North Park meeting?
No, we just discussed what we was doing this weekend.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to call this adjourned. I'll see you guys back here at 3 o'clock Thursday.